Hi, I'm Phyllis. My website is southernfrugal.com. Tonight we're going to make some coconut bonbons, and I'm going to make them a little different than I did the last time, but very similarly. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is measure out 3 cups of the coconut flour, and this is organic. In fact, you can use this in smoothies because that's all it contains, coconut. That's it, nothing else. So it's a little difficult to get it out of the container with using my cup. Yeah, the measurements don't have to be exact. So there's 1 cup. And there's 2. And we'll call that 3. And by the way, you can get this at Walmart in the baking aisle section. And I'm the one that wrote the price on there, so I wanted to remember how much it cost. Alright, so next we're going to add 1 cup of confectioner sugar, just 1 cup. Put that bag open a little more. There's 1 cup. And to all of this, use a clothespin to close this, keep it closed. We're going to add a 7-ounce pack of Angel Flake Coconut, and it is the sweetened kind. That in. And again, that's a 7-ounce pack of Baker's Angel Flake Coconut. You can find that in most grocery stores. Alright, just going to mix that around a little bit. Now this coconut will be a little moist. I'm going to have to use my hands. Kind of separate that coconut a little bit with your fingers. And to just start mixing it all together. And we'll be mixing it more when we add a little bit of liquid to this. Alright, that ought to be good enough right there, because we're going to mix it more when we get the liquid in it. So now let's go ahead and add 1 teaspoon of coconut extract. I don't know, it seems dark in here to me. I don't know. It seems dark. So 1 teaspoon, just sprinkle it around. And then we're going to add 1/4 cup of whipping cream just to start out. We might need more. We're going to start out with 1/4 cup. Get all that out of there. What are y'all doing in here? Here come my dogs. Yep. Alright, so we're going to mix this up with our hands, just because that makes everything a lot easier. We're going to see if we do need any extra liquid. What you want to do is get this to the consistency of about what a pie crust would be, because we need to be able to roll it into little balls. Oh, that smells wonderful. Okay, we're definitely going to need more. I've of the whipping cream. Definitely more. All right, so I added about 1/8 of a cup. We'll see how that goes. All right, y'all, I'm gonna keep mixing this. If I have to add more, I'll tell you when we come back. All right, I used a grand total of 1½ cups of the whipping cream. Yeah, so the coconut flour is a lot drier than the almond flour. And the other thing I'm going to add, because I've tasted this a little bit, is I'm going to add about 1/2 teaspoon of salt and just kind of re-knead all this. Yeah, so before I used the frozen coconut before when I made these, and of course that's a lot more moist than the Angel Flake Coconut, a lot more moist. So that's something to think about. And I did use a 6-ounce pack, I believe it was before. So I'm just mixing that salt in there. Yeah, I took 1½ cups of the whipping cream, and I did not add any butter this time. All right, I got that salt mixed in, and I will leave the recipe down below, which will include 1½ cups of whipping cream. All right, let's see if we can make this into a little ball now. It's a little more difficult because you've got all that coconut in there. Yeah, it'll still work though. I did one a while ago. There you go. All right, so I'm sure we're going to have more than 30-some of these little balls, and then we're going to coat them again with some chocolate. All right, y'all, I'm going to finish rolling all these. And remember, when you roll them, let up on your pressure a little bit to get the ball good and rounded. All right, y'all, I'm going to roll all these. It's going to take a while, and we'll be back. All right, it took me about 30 minutes to roll all these. Now, this is a little different than rolling up little bonbon insides for using the almond flour. The coconut flour is much drier, so I did end up using a full 1.5 cups of the whipping cream, and I actually sprinkled a little water in there too because it was kind of drying out as I was mixing it. So I left these to roll out so y'all could watch, because it is a little bit more difficult. So what I do is first mash them together. Really good, mashing out any air that might be in there. And then just lightly roll them. Don't put much pressure at all, just to get them rounded, real light like that. All right, let's do another one. See how it crumbles more? And you definitely need, to the 3 cups of coconut flour, you definitely need the 1½ cups of whipping cream. Now before, when I made these, I used the frozen fresh grated coconut. And I wanted to use this kind of coconut this time, the Angel Flake, because I think it's got more of a coconut taste. So that's why I wanted to use this kind. But before, I've always used the other kind. And I'll show you that pack in just a minute. Let me get these rolled up, because you might want to do that. Then you would most likely not need the full 1.5 cups of the whipping cream. All right, I think we got enough for one more here. See, it gets very crumbly. And the coconut, the Angel Flake coconut, is in much longer, can y'all see that? It's in much longer little strips. Can you see that? Yeah. The other that's fresh frozen is ground up much finer, but it also doesn't have as strong a coconut taste, in my opinion, as the Angel Flake does. All right, let's get all these little bits out here and just mash it together like that, and then just gently roll it up and try to get it into a little ball if you can, like that. Now see how easily it comes apart? So I just squeeze them. Doesn't have near the oil either that the almond flour does. All right, so there we go. We got it somewhat of a little ball. All right, let me go to the freezer and get that pack out. Hold on. This is what the Bird's Eye frozen, fresh, frozen, sweetened coconut, and it's it says flake grated, but it's grated much finer than the Angel Flake. Yeah, much, much finer. And you can find this in the frozen food section. Usually where the fruits are is where it is in our Walmart. All right, y'all, we're gonna let these sit here just a minute and get ready for the coating. All right, I finished rolling the little coconut balls, and I've got like 52 of them, so this definitely makes right many. So I'm going to set these aside and just let them dry out for a little while. So I have got a little over a cup of sliced almonds, and I went ahead and toasted them in the oven 350 degrees for about 10 or 15 minutes, just until they slightly turn brown, just to bring out the taste of them. And these are the Great Value brand, just sliced almonds. So what we're going to do, let me back y'all up a little bit there. Okay, so I want them kind of in smaller pieces, because I'm going to actually end up rolling the bonbons after I coat them with chocolate in the crushed almonds, we'll call them. So I'm just putting it out on a piece of wax paper. And I'm going to actually just use my rolling pin to get these crushed a little bit. I mean, I still want them in pieces, but I want them a little more crushed. And that's easy enough to do once they're just baked in the oven, brown just a little bit. Some of those bigger pieces. You hear them crushing. And of course they're a lot tastier if you brown them just a little bit in the oven. And part of the way you know when they're ready is when you stand at the oven, you can smell them. So that's going to take 10, maybe 15 minutes at about 350 degrees, kind of spread out on a cookie sheet. All right, I'm going to roll these out just a little bit more to get them finer, and we'll be back. All right, y'all, that's what they need to look like. No really big pieces in there, but you want enough chunks. And these are also the sliced almonds that still have the skin on them. Gives added interest, and they smell wonderful. All right, so this time we're going to melt our chocolate, and this is what I'm using, the milk chocolate, and we're going to melt that in the crock pot. I've got a little teeny small crock pot right here, and I've just got it on low, and I've only put, this is about half a teaspoon of just vegetable oil in the bottom. And no, this time we are not adding any kind of liquid to it, because we have definitely learned our lesson on that one. All right, so just going to break it up and put them in there. And I've got another bar in case this is not enough to coat all of them. All right, y'all, I'm going to put the lid on this and wait for that to melt, which shouldn't take too long because my pot's already kind of hot. Not hot, but good and warm. Alright y'all, we'll be back when this is ready and we'll start dipping them. Alright y'all, I abandoned the crock pot because it was taking way too long in favor of the microwave. And I did put about a half a teaspoon of vegetable oil in the chocolate. So now we are going to start coating them. And I do have an extra pack of the chocolate in case I need it, which I probably will. So this time we're going to use a fork. Get that covered all the way. Let it drain off as much as we can get off of it. And then just drop it in. And cover it with the little almond chips, we'll call them. Have it. Alright, let's do one more real quick, and then I'm going to do the rest of them off camera. So I'm going to cover it. And by the way, these have dried out quite a bit just in the past, say, 20-30 minutes. Use the fork and let some of that drain off. Just drop them in. Kind of just mash it on there a little bit. Don't mash too hard though, because these are much more delicate than the almonds were. The almond balls were bonbons. There's what it looks like. Alright y'all, I'm going to do the rest of these, and I'm sure I'm going to probably have to melt another bar of the chocolate. So we'll be back when these are finished. Alright y'all, it's at least 2 hours later. I think I worked on these things for 2.5 to 3 hours, but I finally got them done. I ran out of the almonds, the little bits of the almonds. I was only able to do, let's see, 5, 10, 15... 19 of them because I wanted lots on them. So anyway, I did the rest of them using Hershey's milk chocolate. I really like the way this melts and the way it coats everything and the way it tastes. And this is the one I prefer for the white chocolate because it's actually real chocolate. It's got cocoa butter in it. Anyway, here they are. Yeah, I did some white ones. And I did some chocolate ones with some white kind of draped over them. And I did some chocolate with some white over them, and then some chocolate on top of that. So we've got a variety now of enough to go on a platter, so they'll look really good at Christmas. Alright y'all, I'm going to leave the recipe that I used, including the 1.5 cups of whipping cream to be able to make the inside of these. And y'all need to be creative on what you cover them with, because I actually used 5 of the bars of the Hershey's, and I actually got these to make the chocolate covered cherries, so now I'm going to have to get some more. But anyway, I used 1 whole pack of them and plus 1 out of this pack, and I used 2 packs of the white chocolate. Alright y'all, we will see y'all next time. Bye for now. Oh, I wanted to come back. I said bye too early. I wanted to mention that a comment came in, I think, yesterday or last night from Tracy Williams, and she told me about Tyler Ramey making the bonbons, and I love the way he spread the little bit of the white chocolate over the chocolate for design. Anyway, he did a really good job. I'm going to link his video right down below in the description. Y'all go and look at the way he made them. You can learn something from him. I'm not sure how he thinned out the white chocolate in order to dribble it all over them, because his looked really nice. He was getting ready to take them to a party, I think. Anyway, I'm going to leave a link for him right down below. All right, we'll see you next time for sure. Bye-bye.